Yeah, that's going in the final.
Oh,
Welcome,
I know
everybody.
of no Gundam battles to start like that.
No, that's how it's gonna start today. Damn it. Welcome, everybody, to the Slab Lounge. I'm your host, Doug Medhead, and with me is our host, Kevin Bradley. Slab Lounge is actually brought to you by Mother Clucker Chicken, tried their buffalo chicken schlongs, and by secondhand mineral water. Because let's face it, all water, everything of water is secondhand. So, Captain, are you ready for our for part 2 of Gundam Debate Part 2 Electric Boogaloo? Are you ready?
That's a hell of a title, but sure.
Yeah, I took off my shirt, I threw it on the ground, I am pumped, excited, and you know how I'm going to start things off with? I'm going to start with talking about tall geese, because tall geese is, it sounds like, first of all, tall geese, yes, I know it's the name of a constellation, but my god, is tall geese like that just sounds like the alpha of goose. And he's got
Superior geese.
He's got those
The
huge ass
ringleader.
fucking... Go ahead.
I was like, it's the superior geese, it's the ringleader.
Yeah, Lord of the Goose. Oh,
That's the rank you aspire to be in their gatherings. You want to be the tall geese.
tall geese, and like not Goose Howard. Goose Howard's got nothing on tall geese. Anyway, the big ass thrusters. Oh, but Doug, tall geese was a prototype of the Leo. Still like badass thrusters, huge. Those thrusters.
It does better than the Leo as the prototype.
Yeah.
Like that's sad when you're like, oh, but I mean I get it because they basically couldn't handle tall geese, so they lessened it to mass produce it into the Leo. But when you aesthetically think about that, you lessened its power just so you could pilot it. How does that make it less awesome? You had to take a fraction of it to be like, hey, look at me be awesome in this suit. Yeah, can you go get in the original suit? Oh no, I'll die.
Mm-hmm.
Like then yeah, it's pretty fucking awesome.
Oh, it's so funny though, like, cause cause like one. Okay, you know, I know this is gonna sound like really fucking stupid as to why one of my because when I was watching that episode of Gundam of Wing when Tall Geese was first like shown, the one thing that I remember mostly is that dude with the weird hair who took Tall Geese, crashed into what he crashed into, died, and said "Long live King Zex." And
Otto.
Yeah, Otto. I guess he's kind of a D. Wow, talk about a fucking promotion though. He went from driving the school bus to Springfield Elementary to owning his own cab company to fucking piloting that thing. Anyway.
That's a huge jump.
That is a huge jump. See, the thing is, like, the reason why I was bringing that up is because, like, granted, yes, I made up a product involving Zex when we first did Gundam Debate Part 1, but, like, I was like, when I was a kid, I was like, King Zex sounds like a really awesome steak sauce.
Oh my.
It does, doesn't it? It's like, how the hell no, dude, how the fuck, like, that's, do not tell me that it doesn't sound like a cool steak sauce. Of course it does. It's King Zex. King Zex steak sauce. How awesome would you be if you brought that shit to a cook-off? Everybody would be like, oh my god, you're just amazing for having that. Who wouldn't want King Zex brand steak sauce? Like, that just sounds amazing.
I mean, but then you have to go over the fact of what his real name is. And then that leads into his code name into Endless Waltz, which then makes it seem like King Zex will just give you a lot of gas.
Well, what kind of gas are we talking about? We're talking about propane? Speaking of...
Oh, no. No, we are not.
Dude, no! Like, there's totally a Hank Hill in Gundam Wing. Okay, I promise this won't be a Gundam Wing debate. I promise. But, like,
Within the Gundam debate, there won't be a Gundam Wing debate.
No, because, like, we were talking... The last episode was basically nothing but Gundam Wing, like, if you think about it.
Truthfully, yeah.
But, like, yeah, we had, like, there was a Hank Hill in Gundam Wing. Fucking, what was his name? I don't think he had a name. I think it was just, like, a Bond villain, because he had, like, a Dr. Letter. For a hero?
Yeah, that guy. With the weird, basically the claw.
Yeah. Damn it, hero. Complete Operation Meteor. God, what if Hank did pilot a Gundam? Like, it would be like I would take a truck. No, not a truck, like a mobile armor, because that's the equivalent of, like, of truck. Because he doesn't, yeah. I can't pilot my mobile armor anymore. It's too much vehicle for me.
I feel like he would cop out. He would purposely be one of those that would be piloting, like, the Pisces or the Cancer, because it's underwater and it would give the excuse to use propane.
That is true. That is absolutely true.
Because in space, it's not going to work so well.
No, that's a
Hank Hill's not... He's king of the hill, but not the meteors. It's not gonna work.
Yeah. Oh my god. Shit. Fuck. Hold on. But, like, okay, of all the Gundams that I've seen, I mean, don't get me wrong, there were some stupid, like, Horse Gundam from
you and Horse Gundam. Although, like, I can't talk because me and Tequila Gundam have issues. So.
Oh, I have issues with fucking Epion, dude. That is a dominatrix Gundam. He has dominatrix Gundam.
Its theme and what it's supposed to represent is cool, and I'm not against its aesthetic design, but its function is retarded. And within the Wing system, you watch all of Wing, and you see, like, okay, clearly, yeah, we could have a beam saber battle, but everybody else is pretty much gunning everyone else down.
Yeah.
So then Trace is like, you know what? I'm gonna build a dual suit that requires you to have to be near the opponent. And it's just like, and that's all Epion is doing. It's like a suicide, just mass bombing wasp. It just flies towards you. And if you can fight it, then it's awesome. But if not, you're just like, what the fuck? And it just comes at you. But if you shoot at it from a distance, it's fucked. Because it doesn't really have defenses.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
It has nothing.
No, it has nothing.
It's structurally such a weird suit. Because it's specifically designed for melee. But it's being used in war that is not a duel at all times. But it's a suit specifically designed for duels.
Yeah.
So why is it getting used so much?
Right? But I really want to talk more
like
about
that. I just have a lot of issues with, because, like, aesthetically, I like how Epion looks. Epion is an awesome design. All regards to Kush Renata, blah blah blah. But in terms of, like, how it aesthetically functions, no, you were dumb.
Yeah.
Like, Trace, what the fuck? Like, you couldn't even pilot Epion properly. Why would you create a suit you can't even pilot?
Oh, that's because...
How do you know it works? You can't test it.
That's because that's just Trace. That's just Trace. Like, he did the, like, he will, like, this man, like, I'm pretty sure this man will make an onion dip that he can't eat because he's allergic to onion dip.
I mean, yeah.
He just comes off as the type. Because he just comes off as that type. But then again, it's Wing. Wing does not have good writing. I mean, like, you have,
Wing
like...
doesn't know it's writing. Wing happens.
Yes.
Wing just happens. There are times that I'm pretty sure Wing doesn't know there was a script. Characters or places, and you're just like, what? Why? How? Cause just cause. There's no other reason.
I mean, like, what was it? Duo is American, but like, how is he American if he's from a fucking colony? Like that literally makes no sense.
And then, like we said, add in with Priest. When's the last time that you've seen priests that young that have a piloting license and a delivery company?
Oh yeah,
and a delivery company. Duo is the most amazing entrepreneuring child, and still makes Catra look like shit. Duo is
like,
out
to be fair,
in the
it's Catra.
fields,
Like a
doing
cat can make Catra
everything.
look. Garfield makes Catra look like shit. I mean, it's Catra. Nobody likes him. Nobody like. Okay,
I'm just saying. Like, think about that. Catra has all the money and everything else, and still is a whiny bitch about most of battle. Duo is out there being a priest, a delivery guy, a Gundam pilot, a fucking assassin.
Yeah.
Like he's doing all these side jobs and going about his day whistling. Like,
pretty much.
You never see Duo be like, oh my God, I'm so broke. My life is so horrible. You see him eating a cheeseburger like 2 minutes later. That's like it.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
Like that is the working collar man in Gundam right there. Duo. That's it.
I could honestly go for a cheeseburger right now.
Oh, I've had cheeseburgers like past 2 days because I've been lazy. I haven't felt like cooking, so I just like cheeseburger.
Wow, you felt back.
Most instant thing around I can get.
Right? God, I'm.
But I mean, I get it though, because not Duo's side hustles. No, I don't get that. I don't get how you can be in the middle of battle, war, come to destroy the Earth, and somehow you also have a side job on Earth, the place you're supposed to be destroyed. I don't, man.
Oh, you don't.
Which also brings into the fact Troa, because it's like, hey, we're supposed to be dropping colonies on this Earth, so I'm gonna go work in this circus for a while.
Oh, you think that's hypocritical? Let me tell you a little bit about Gundam Unicorn. There are two Gundam. There's this one. I forget the guy's name, but he has such a hatred for Gundams, thinking that they're so accursed, etc. And like, what does he do? Turns around and pilots one, and it's not just a regular Gundam. It's a Gundam with funnels, which I still think are one of the dumbest. Like, I like funnels as a concept. Like, conceptually speaking, it's awesome. You know, you control like guns and that can turn into shields with your brain. Like, that sounds fucking amazing. But to call them funnels, it's just that. Yeah, you can't.
Oh, well, because in their beginning design, when they first appeared, it made sense because they were designed like funnels. But after they stopped designing them like funnels, you thought, you know, they'd aesthetically changed the name because they're no longer funnels. And they're still like, nah, funnels. And you're like, but that's clearly a space needle. Funnel.
Yeah, I brought this up in my Resident Evil 4 playthrough, right? Like, I was talking about this, and I was just like, look, no matter how badass of a thing you have, depending on how you call it or how you say it, it completely, like, for instance, the X-Men, the 1992 X-Men animated series, right?
Yes.
When Juggernaut makes his first appearance. This is the same episode where Colossus makes his first appearance. Juggernaut frames Colossus for robbing a bank, even though Colossus is innocent. And Colossus is all like, how could you do this to a fellow mutant? And Juggernaut's all like, I'm no mutant, tin head. My powers are magical. All of a sudden, when he delivered that line, can you honestly say you still took him seriously?
Yeah, it's kind of hard when... Like, I mean, even if you read comics and you knew he was telling the truth, it's just the way it was delivered.
Yeah, it was just the way it's delivered.
It's just like, there was, like, he sounded aggressive, and then all of a sudden, it was just this... It came off like this hoity-toity kind of like royal person just suddenly. So like, no, Now, what the fuck's wrong with my powers are bestowed upon me by this deity? And
Yeah.
like, wait, so mutant is beyond expectation, but that shit?
So whenever I
Because really, you think about that, why did no one question that too? When you go through that, you're like, okay, the world hates mutants. All right, Juggernaut's over here using magic. The fuck? No one has any issues with magic around here. You go see Zatanna. Well, technically, that's a different universe.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Maybe they think. Maybe they're just saying that because, like, maybe they're okay with. Well, I mean, like, David Copperfield guest starred in like a Marvel comic. I don't know.
No one has issues with Doctor Strange when you think about it, and think about all the powers and demons and things he's summoned into existence randomly within some part of his comic. Just, he can alter the fabric of reality. You'll still go to dinner and like have tea with him, but Jean Grey, oh no, we don't want to even look at that bitch. We don't. No. If she walk in the room, no, we gotta burn it, and then wonder why she goes Dark Phoenix.
That is so fucking funny. But like, oh god, the funnels. Like, I love the funnels as a concept. I just hate the name so fucking much. You know who else I hate? Yeah. You know what else? Like, you're legally... You know Hathaway's getting his own series? I don't know if it's still a thing or if it's out now. Yeah, Hathaway is like this terrorist leader. Own...
I don't feel like he has enough plot to... Maybe a movie.
I'm just all like, why?
I could deal with him like in a movie, but a series that's a lot for him.
I'm pretty sure he hasn't even hit puberty yet. But like, I'm not gonna let fucking you are legally required to hate Hathaway. Why are you trying to like make him lovable? He's evil.
I didn't say lovable. I just exist to watch the series. Nah.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, like,
as a series, he's not a prime reason I would do it, but a movie, I'd probably be like, okay, I want to see what happens. Like, but to dedicate like possibly 13 to 25 episodes, not unless that bitch grows.
Well, he's grown up in that. He's fully grown. He's just a terrorist leader, and I'm just like, why? That's another thing. Why the fuck is Gundam sticking with the Universal timeline? We know what happens. Like, at the end of the day, you know, we know what the fuck happens. Can we please, like, not be in Universal Century anymore? Can we go past After Colony again?
No, we will always be in Universal Century. Because Amuro is the Starscream of the fucking universe. He won't let you forget it. But every moment must be about him. Even in death, you must think of Amuro.
The Starscream? Okay. But
I don't mean it in terms of, like, completing missions, because Starscream sucks at that. But yeah. I mean in the sense of, like, in Transformers, Starscream never effectively dies, even though he dies. He's fucking still talked about. He phantoms in whenever the fuck he feels like, and Universal Century, that's basically what it is. You could have a whole story and make it halfway through the story thinking it's cool, and then Amuro will walk the fuck on the screen, and you're like, oh, well, story done changed. Well, like, he steals every moment when his name appears. It's about him. This is why this is happening. It is him. It doesn't matter who you are. It still goes back to him if you're in the Universal time.
I guess. But
so yeah, the Starscream of that universe, because it still floats back one way to you being the problem and the solution at the same time.
In all honesty, I don't know how to respond to that, because like, I actually have pretty good memories with Starscream, but like, at the same time, Amuro is still voiced by the dude who did Catra, and
yeah, that already kind of doesn't help.
No, it doesn't. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, get up.
Some of those battles didn't. To be fair, I later figured out I just suck at piloting the new Gundam.
Wait, what Gundam
Like, I
is
just
that?
suck at it. I had to switch Gundams, and then I was much more efficient.
Wait, isn't that Amuro's Gundam?
I believe.
Because that looks like his
But
Gundam
the main
from Shark's
reason being
Counterattack.
why I suck at it is because the mission that's showing, I can't adjust any customizations of weapons. So even though I have awesome weapons, they're locked behind the actual manual way to do it. Which means if I want to get to my better weapons, I have to do all these extra clickings as opposed to just customizing.
Okay.
Because it's a trial thing instead of a regular battle.
Okay.
And so me trying to fight these things when my strongest weapons are, behind me having to hit a button 8 times to get to it gets me murdered.
Gets me murdered.
Well, I mean, it does.
It does. It does. I'm not gonna. I'm not. Oh man. Oh, Gundam. And you know what else that pisses me off about Gundam though? Why the hell are they ripping off of Macross? Because
Yeah.
transforming, that's Macross's thing.
They are getting a little. I've noticed over time they've been inching toes a little close.
Yeah.
Things because over certain Gundams I've watched and I'm like, feeling very Robotech-y. What's going on right now?
Yeah. Because the mobile suits could change into aircraft. Fucking Zero did the same thing. Zero and 01 did the fucking same thing. I'm just like, come on, that's Robotech.
And see, I let those slide in Wing because they weren't so prominent. They weren't like 01 showed up and you're like, okay, and then everybody else was like, we can't do that. You're like, cool. And then Wing shows up and you're like, okay, feasibly that makes sense because you're going to be in space. Like, I never debated Wing because yes, it's flying between fucking colonies. Okay, I give that thing. It actually has wings built on the back when it's not a fucking plane. I will give it credit. Like, it deserves its thing. It is structurally designed to fly. It makes sense. But it would be... I at least like that Wing didn't do that to all of them. Like, Heavy Arms didn't fucking turn into a tank.
Oh, no, thank God.
And then just start doing the same thing. Be like, no, I didn't watch that for this. No.
Thank God. Speaking of... Okay, so... what's your favorite mecha? Is it Gundam, Macross, what?
That's hard because I grew up on Macross and Robotech, and then I kind of segued my way into Gundam, and so it's a hard toss up for me because I already have more history with Macross and Robotech than I do Gundam. But I do like the aesthetics of Gundam. Plus, the caveat that I keep saying Macross and Robotech because technically they're 2 different series, but they're not. But they are.
They are, but they're not. They are, but they're not. They are, but they're not. It's really weird. Yeah. Like, for instance, what was it? I think Activision was gonna do a fucking Mech Warrior reboot before Mech Warrior 5 came out, before Mech Warrior 5 was even a thing.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah,
because I was looking out for that. There aren't that many mech games out nowadays, so it's like a hard hunt around for.
Yeah. So the reason what I was saying, Captain K knows this, but Macross filed to a cease and desist. Macross, not the company that did Robotech. Macross. So Macross is different from Robotech, but it isn't, but it is, but it isn't. It gets in that whole nonsense.
Because I later figured it out, and with the help of studies and YouTubes and all that, because Robotech is effectively Macross Super Albatross? I'm trying to remember. It's basically 3 other series fused together to make Robotech that is not the full story of Macross, but technically is canonically in the stories of Macross because they happen, but just not the way that Robotech tells them. So okay. It's with the exception of some stuff that they did just blatantly change names and do stuff. Because what the Zentradi needed the actual things they came to get. They changed the name of it because they needed it for something later. It's weird. I watched a whole thing on it and found out like the actual difference. It's so convoluted, and you're like, why didn't you just air the series?
Really?
It would have been so much easier to just pay Macross to just let them air the series. It made an awesome series. It did boost it, and I kind of get why they did. But when you later find out what it is, because what it was like certain sales weren't good, so they took bits and pieces from the other series to fuse them together to make Robotech, to make it a good sold thing. But the problem was, since it became that, it couldn't address itself as Macross or any of the things it came from because it broke all their continuity to make Robotech. So Robotech created itself from other series to be its own series. But canonically, it's not wrong because a lot of those things happened since they came from series.
Huh.
They just don't all come from the same series. So it's weird. Robotech is awesome series, but it's technically a hodgepodge of different series that don't actually interconnect completely, but all canonically exist.
Okay.
It's a weird little tidbit. I if I can remember where I put the video thing, I'll send it to you sometime and watch it. It's but yeah, so it's weird for me because I grew up on Robotech, but then I learned about Macross and everything and what it was from, and then you learn about Gundam, and then it was like, oh, I like all mech. I don't. I just like mechs, I guess. And then you throw in fucking Code Geass now with the nightmare frames, which I'm not. I admit some of those frames are designed pretty awesome. The first time Lancelot came slide the fuck out, I was kind of like, okay, all right, that's pretty badass. Like, oh, by the way, speak of the funnels in Combat.
Wait, what?
I was using the funnels.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that.
Yeah, but which also in this, that was part of why I said I sucked with this thing because the funnels were hidden as like the 6th weapon, so I couldn't move them to a shorter hotkey.
Wait,
and
are you playing this on PC?
So if I had to activate it, I had to activate the actual funnel attack, then flip it again, and it would put it to the funnel shield pyramid, then flip it again to get to my blaster. Like you could see it happen in time.
Yeah.
But it won't let me shortcut the keys because it's a training module.
Wait, I thought you were playing on a PS4, not a PC.
Yeah, PS4.
Okay.
They just broke it down to function like this.
Okay.
But, because this game, I think, is only for PS4.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. But, because I haven't seen it pop up on Steam or anything, and from what I've seen, it says, like, oh, it was just released on there. So, if you're playing it, you're on PS4 somehow. I'm not sure about PS5. I've not seen it say if it had the updates or anything.
PS5. Ugh. Sorry,
I'm still in no rush to get it.
Yeah, I'm in no rush either. There's nothing I really want on the PS5. No! Ugh. Yeah, there's nothing I really want on the PS5 from PS5 on the PS5 library, like at all.
Yeah, like most of it would probably just be the updated version of the stuff I got. That's all it would be, because it'd be stuff I hadn't beaten, and it's like, oh, PS5 version? Okay, it'll look fancier while I continue playing. That's it. I wouldn't expect anything else.
Right? Oh. Go ahead.
But I was going to say, but yeah, back on the original subject, yeah, I guess I would say Robotech is probably just my base just because I grew up on it more. Nothing against Gundam. It's just there's still a lot of Gundam that I have to like go through because I didn't start when it started. I was more Macross.
Oh, okay.
Robotech, so I was all in there for the longest time.
For the longest time, I'll tell you what. But like, yeah, I get it. Like, I don't know. I mean, like with me, I would say Gundam, but that's just because of War in a Pocket. That's 0080. Like, I love 0080. 0080 was really good. Yes, the kid was annoying, but like overall, nope, that was a good. it was like what? It was like 6-7 episodes long. Didn't overstay its welcome. Gave me exactly what I wanted, and it tried to show the politics as even-handedly as possible. So I'm like,
To be fair, I just thought about one that I kind of left out just because it's a weird caveat, and I don't think that many people know about it.
What?
Razafon.
What?
Razafon. There's an anime called Razafon. It technically is a mech anime.
Okay.
You could classify it as Evangelion, but less pretentious.
Okay, that...
Like, in essence, like, there's still battle with aliens, things going on with mankind, pocket of the world separate from everything else over in Tokyo, you find out people are like moon people with blue blood, all that. The mechs use sound and music to interact and harmonize with humanity. Whole big thing with mechs, but it doesn't go the route of Evangelion where it's like, oh, are you shit for the way you are? Like, it doesn't make you feel like that. Like, okay. It doesn't go that route with the story where you start contemplating your own existence in the harsh tones that the series likes to do to you.
Huh.
It does a more condensed, hey, this is just what happens in a world like this, and you kind of get the world you should look it up, basically. Like, it's an awesome series. I think it's only like 26 episodes. I used to own it. It's way older, but it's actually really interesting and good.
Wait, are you talking about Technoman? Wait, is that...
No. Razafon.
Oh, never mind. Okay. I'll look into that. Because, like, yeah...
I know me some Technoman. No, I'm...
Yeah, because I remember Technoman. Technoman! Or rather, I remember when it came on UPN, and, it was just, like, the dubbing, Technoman! And I just thought it was cool.
Most of my childhood remembers the dubbing. Versus how I learned what things are really said now.
Right?
Oh, that Shaman King. Oh.
Yes, we had that. Oh, yes. The anime episode. The anime talk. Oh, God.
Some of those dubbings.
Sesshomaru in an Olive Garden. I'm still dining on that, dude. What the fuck? What happened to your Gundam? What happened to your Gundam? Why are you...
Oh, I told you. I switched because the new Gundam, I can't use it the way I need to. I can't hit the phones.
Oh, okay.
So I switched to the Jagan.
You kind of look like a Beetleborg.
Well, I like it either way because it's super, like, it has less weapons, but it's actually faster than the new Gundam. Oh, okay. I can move so much more proficiently, but I don't have the weapon power.
So you're saying you're proficient in dodge?
Yeah.
Oh. Jesus. Oh, Gundam. Oh, Gundam. How you have... Like, I really want them to just move on from Universal Century Timeline. I mean, like, that's literally the only thing keeping me from watching another, like, Gundam, in all honesty.
But in their mind, that's their moneymaker. It's the Nintendo problem. Where you make something good, you know it's awesome, you know everybody loves it. So instead of continuing forward, you remake it.
Yeah.
Like it's not aesthetically wrong, but clearly you just remade the thing you made because you know no one's going to be mad about it.
Yeah.
So Universal Century, they kind of keep doing that because they keep staying in that timeline because it's like, you all know how it turns out. So no matter what we do, you know, so we can kind of do whatever we want. It's like animes and their spin-off movie stuff where stuff happens in a pocket and you have to question whether it canonically happened or not because they can make a new series in the timeline, but as long as they don't fuck up the timeline, they could do whatever they want to. They just have to not fuck it up.
Yeah. They just
So, I mean, that's really all it is they're milking that timeline because they can throw stories in there because we all know how it's going to go. So it doesn't matter what happens unless you're fucking with the current ingrained events. Like, if Armoro dies sometime early, yeah, People are gonna have questions.
Oh god.
But if Char is fucking just chilling on a couch in a battle he's supposed to be at, questions. But if you just go like, hey, let's throw some extra people in here who we've never really talked about much, people may not be interested, but they're not going to debate them about it because it didn't change the timeline. So actual fans won't give a shit. Yeah, people who don't know the series will go in to see it, and I won't say they'll love it, but they'll just have a different approach of the series, which might hopefully lead them to other series because they'll want to know if they're all like this, and then hopefully they'll find better things. And just to drop that in there. Yeah. But that's how I take it, because the problem is there is no official good spot to start in Gundam at this point. Because if you want to go for story, you would need to go to Universal Timeline at the beginning. But the story at the beginning is so going to be out of touch with you all the way to now.
Yeah. Wow, you got fucked.
You're just going to sit separately. And so, but if you tell someone to do something more current time, there's a lot of tropes and things that are already ingrained in the universe that you'll have no fucking idea about, that you'll have to go back and find out anyway.
That's true.
So you're like, when you go into Gundam, you kind of just blindly pick a series, see how you like it, and then pick another one and see how you compare. Because even though they are, like, some of them can be in the same timeline, the way they're structurally set and the stories unfold, they're all so drastically different. It's hard to, well, with the exception of Char's counterattack and Unicorn's whole existence. Functionally, you're still going down the same path. But other than that, usually each series, even if they're in the same universe or the same timeline or even continuation, there's usually a big change going on at some point that makes sense why it's still going. But the whole fact of why they stay in that century, nah, that's money. That's just, it's easier than trying to create a whole nother universe. You can just stay in the universal timeline and just dance around big events. That's it.
That makes sense. I mean, yeah.
Because I mean, for creativity purposes, I would love a whole nother universe spinoff. Hell, you could just put the Gundam in a whole nother universe. Just say we figured out further space travel. Don't be anywhere near the fucking Earth. Like, I'd be fine. We've battled people on the moon. We can't get over there to Jupiter. Like,
yeah, right. Oh my god, that makes so much sense.
Like, I'm like, the colonies are all scattered out, but when you think about it, we only deal with Earth. So you're telling me everybody on Earth is on Earth, and we have space colonies, but we've never bothered to be on another planet or in another universe, because clearly Gundams can travel pretty fucking far in space pretty fast. Because
they can.
Hero ain't exactly just aging the fuck up going colony to colony.
That is so true. I
think about all that space travel they do, and none of them are aging at that rate. So how the fuck fast is that Gundam in their ships?
I'm
But it also makes more sense why Zex almost died on Earth, though. If you think about that level of space travel, and then you were trying to pilot Talgies. Yeah, you should be dead.
Yeah. I mean, like, you are absolutely right. But then again, Zex has plot armor and, his steak sauce. So, that's just, a thing.
It was the mask.
The mask?
Because he's not the hero, so technically he can't have plot armor. But canonically in Gundam series, anyone who's wearing that mask must survive towards the end. Because it must be revealed who they are, even though you figured it out long the fuck before.
Yeah, right?
But they still need to be there with that fucking mask, that no matter what universe they're in, all their masks somehow look similar.
Oh, fucking jeez. So true. So true. And you got fucked again.
Yeah. You just, to be fair, on this one, it's because I just went back to space combat. The mechanics are different. It takes a moment because they actually programmed it properly where, I guess you could say the physics are there. So inertia is added. So if I do my jets and I cut them off, I still do keep floating for a bit.
Yeah.
So I have to actually account for it as opposed to when I'm on the ground and I could just be like, jet, stop, I'm on the ground.
Is that Quest?
In space,
that
it's like,
Quest.
stop, and it's like, no.
Oh, God. Why is Quest here?
Yeah.
Why is Quest here? You deliberately timed this entire conversation to ensure that Quest shows up. Fucking, oh my God,
it's
Captain.
a destroy the boss battle.
Quest. Fucking
Destroy
Quest.
the boss.
Definition of first world problems right here. Like Quest. Even the name, Quest, implies some form of hatred. And what? It implies some form of internal, like, inferred hatred. Quest. Look at her with her. Look at, and she's sticking her ass out. What a bitch. She needs to eat a dick.
To be fair, I'm using a light arm suit, like a light armor suit.
Well, yeah.
Just because of its speed and proficiency. So I'm not doing shit for damage. So.
God, Quest.
And the teammates aren't worth shit.
She did not mean to save Hathaway. I'm sure she was. I'm sure she only pushed Hathaway out of the way. Hey, you know what? Hathaway and Way. They knew what they were doing. Anyway, to push him out of the way because she was trying to get her hands on the last cheeseburger that Char had in his possession that he was giving away for free. Speaking of, okay, like, can we please touch?
She was yelling about the fact that was her gun. He was like, "Hey!" and she accidentally knocked him over.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, Quest. How dare you show up, you cunt.
So I did think about it when I was making the B-roll, and I was like, this is going to slide on the screen. And I'm not going to give any warning to her. Just slide on the screen.
Oh.
I just love in the middle of the talk, just during her introduction, we're like, wait, who the fuck is...
Jesus, she's got a shitload of health. I mean, I get that she's in a mobile armor, but still.
And mobile armor, like, they did play when this game was like, beat the boss. And you're like, and there's awards for beating that thing in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, you're not beating that thing in 5 minutes.
Yeah. But to be fair, you can up your suits to take it on, but the amount of time and work it takes to get a suit to battle that on par.
Yeah, right. Hello, Zaku's.
They're very unhelpful.
Yeah, they're just like sitting back and feeling their ass grow. I mean, to be fair, I get it's a lazy Sunday, but like, yeah, they're just not.
It's a little too lazy.
Yeah, they're just being way too lazy. They are not earning their money at all. But then again, like, look at what she's doing, and like they're just like, yeah.
Yeah, because even in my little suit, you can see it's taken work for me to be like, oh, the lasers are coming. Dodge in between the lasers. Like,
right? Jesus.
See, like, because it's like,
Quest.
Like, I got a handle on it, but if you want to test dodge, fight this shit with a lower level suit and try to hang off.
Actually,
that's dodge for your ass right there.
No, you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see Hero fight Quest. You know, he just walk up and just self-detonate.
You'd still be unlucky. They'd both survive.
Yes, they would both survive. Yes, they'd both survive. God, I could see it now. Hero gets rejected, like Hero starts filing his taxes. He's like, "Fuck it, self-detonate." Hero's eating a hamburger. Fuck it, self-detonate.
So sad.
Hero's like having sex. Fuck it, self-detonate. Oh.
Like, how? Well, then it depends on who he's with, because it might fail then too.
Grimace.
Relina, they're both gonna fail.
No, he's having sex with Grimace.
How
could that even be a
thing? It needs to not fail.
Wait, what?
It needs to not fail.
Right? Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Ooh. Oh, no. I think this is going to be the first time I'm going to have to pause the recording. Because all of a sudden, the bathroom is calling my name.
Oh
yeah,
my.
Like, here I am just like, it's like, you know how you're just talking and then, like, you're just doing your own thing and then suddenly just, like, your body's like, hey, Beth, actually, you know what? Never mind. Like, the last
it changed
fart.
Its mind.
Yeah, the last fart, it took it out. It destroyed it. Yeah. Oh, shit. She aimed for you.
Yeah. Yeah, that was petty shot. That
Yeah.
was... There's some moments where it's pure pettiness, you can tell, where she's just like, I was in mid-dodge, and you can just see the turn. And it's like, you're over there, aren't you? Like, bitch.
Well, you did some more damage there. You should beam saber her ass. Or do you
Well,
have, like,
I figured out that if I can get in that back area, I could do the most damage. But the problem is, the moment you get back there, she's like, no! And then there's weird little laser things that exist back there, too, so it can backfire.
God, that is... I have to admit,
So
like...
it's just work dealing with it in general. Like, as you can see from a distance, it's just work.
Yeah, I get that, but Quest has a really fat ass.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got a badonkadonk. That is a fat ass.
But that's why I said you gotta attack that. That's where the best damage is.
Yeah. God, fuck you, Quest.
Downside, I don't think I beat this because I think I hit the time limit before she died.
There's a time limit? What is it? 10 minutes?
I think it was like 8.
Oh, okay.
Because that's why it's in yellow. I think it's 8 minutes.
Okay.
But because like they want you to do it because you get a marker for like you get a little thing if you do it in less than 5, less than 6, and I think less than 7. Yeah, less than 7. But if you're 8, they're done with you. You just
oh my God, they're all
like
sad.
a failure at space.
I never thought I'd see Gundam. I never thought I'd see Mobile Suit sad.
Yeah.
They're fucking
This is
sad
what
as shit.
happens when you fail in battle.
Oh my God, they were sad as shit.
Mobile depression.
Wow. Okay.
That's the part of SD Gundam you didn't know about.
Oh yeah, SD Gundam was.
But yeah,
thing.
no, it's fun in the game for that reason. Just because the moment you lose, that suit literally does look like and you're like, well, damn.
Yeah.
You have to make me feel like shit. I didn't know my suit could feel that bad. I've loved to have seen that in the anime. Just battles lost, and you just see the suit just.
Yeah, pretty much. But then you'd see
off.
But then you'd see Sandrock completely sad all the time because Ketra's inside, and Sandrock hates.
I mean, I figured it was sad all the time. Remember, every time he was outside of it, he was always like, "Sandrock, you're trying to tell me something." And during that time, Sandrock's not letting him in the fucking suit.
Oh
So,
yeah.
There's a bunch of times Sandrock's just like
When-
looking at him, but won't let him in, or won't let. Remember, Catra was gonna self-detonate, I think, one time, and Sandrock's like, "No, fuck you."
Yeah, Sandrock literally said, "No, fuck you." I remember that now.
No, Sandrock is aware. Sandrock is sentient. Like,
Okay.
and that was never explained too. How the fuck is Sandrock sentient? Because think about it. The first thing where you were trying to act like there's a sentient suit is like the Zero system. And Catra can't handle the Zero system. But he's been fucking talking to Sandrock!
Yeah.
So what the fuck is Sandrock? Because Sandrock blatantly, it literally got up and walked on its own at one point. Remember? He was escaping. Sandrock did its own shit.
Yeah, no, I know.
So
I remember that. Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
What the fuck was Sandrock?
Yeah, what the fuck is Sandrock? Maybe it's
I mean, Catra has the best money of anybody aside from like Relina and Dorothy. Like, because Trey's is dead, because that's the only reason. Otherwise, he'd have more money, but he's dead.
Yeah.
So. But aside from Relina and Dorothy probably being there, Catra's basically the millionaire of the universe.
Pretty
so
much.
He has a suit that can do that shit. But no one else has that.
Her ram is an instant kill, and those are badass.
Yeah.
That ass.
It's a death waiting to happen back there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that just clicked in my head. I was like, fucking Sandrock was sentient, and nobody talked the fuck about. Even when they were saving fucking Catra, nobody went, Catra, why the fuck could your suit walk without you?
Yeah.
Like, they watched it, and no one questioned this shit.
Yeah, it's like fucking weird.
And that also brings up, like, would Sandrock do better without Catra?
Yes.
Like, can it just be like, you know what? I'm gonna just take this base. Catra, stay home, have tea. I'll be back in like 10 minutes. Like,
yes, no. Sandrock is better off without Catra. Because the thing is, Sandrock, if you actually look at Sandrock, it's not that bad of a looking Gundam. It's actually pretty cool. What with his scythes and all.
It's officially with all its modifications, aesthetically, it's a badass. Like, it has the heated blades.
Yeah.
You're able to throw them and catch them back, so you still have distance. It does have Vulcan cannons.
Yeah.
So it can shoot from a distance. And then in combination, even if you are close ranging, fucking Magwanaut core.
Yeah.
Like, your back's always covered, so it's the perfect close range suit because you're always covered.
Wow, she hit you with her penis.
Yeah, she.
Doug, no, that's a horn. No, that is a penis. That was a fucking penis.
She threw me into a rock with it.
Wait,
that's
what?
the worst thing. She threw me into a rock with it.
Yeah, bro. Wow, she was fucking spazzing out there. What? Did you see the? Did she see the fucking Jim episode that's not out yet, where Jim was just like,
oh, that spaz.
Yeah, that's spaz. Look, she's even.
But see, also it's ridiculous when you look at this battle from this angle, and you're like, look at the firepower your one suit is going against.
Yeah, right.
Like, behold her fight the other AI, and you're like, now go kill that. And you're like, can I get one of the alternate universe Gundams? Why would you give me the actual universe Gundam? Can I get the fucking Buster cannons? Like, seriously.
Right? Jesus.
That's the only thing with this game, too, is I've only noticed just recently where they've started kind of branching away from the universal timeline suits. Because for the longest time, they were locked in only in there. They wouldn't let you have anything that existed outside those timelines. And recently, I think with their 10th anniversary, you're starting to get some of the other branch Gundams that, like, aren't linked in, but could clearly fit in and not be awkward type thing.
Oh, really? Wait, this game's 10 years old?
Yeah. It's been going for a long time.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. Wow, okay. She is shooting something.
Well, not the game. I'm sorry. I think it was... no. The franchise, I think it is. Because this is the Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Command 2.
Okay.
Because I never played the first one because I didn't know the first one existed until I found out about the second. So
that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. To be fair, I didn't know Hotel Dusk existed because I played. Oh wait, no, I take that back. No, I played Hotel Dusk. I found out that Hotel Dusk, because when I bought a Hotel Dusk, I bought it super late. I came across like someone playing Last Window, and I was like, "What the hell's that?" And that's when I found out about the point and click adventure shit. And that's when I bought it, and yeah. So, cause like and it wasn't even released. Like Hotel Dusk sequel, Lost Window, it wasn't even released in the U.S.
That's how it be. Like, cause PSN Network makes me mad because there's a series of the Logic games that I wanted to play. Because there's the Chaos Head and Chaos... What's the other one? Child. Logic game series. They're in the same, like, area as, like, Steins Gate. But for some reason, the PlayStation Network is like, nah, we're going to give you Chaos Child. But, you know, Chaos Head came first. We're not going to put that game here. We're not going to give you that game. And it's like, okay. And then at one point they were like, okay, well, we'll put Steins Gate 0. Okay, that's fine. You don't have the other. Then they put the regular Steins Gate. It's like, okay. Then they put the network's next one. I'm like, well, what the fuck about my Chaos? You just like threw it to the side here. Have the newest installment. You don't need those previous. Fuck you.
Wait, I thought the PSN didn't region lock.
I don't know if it region locks or if it's just being touchy. Because there's some games that get released into the PSN, and they are games that like are over in Japan. But then there's other ones where I still don't get it either. Like, it specifically just refuses that one for no reason. I'm like, I don't know why you keep skipping over it. It exists. Like, it exists on Steam. It's sitting on Steam right now.
Oh, okay.
But the PSN is like, nah, you can't have that one. And it's just like, but why would I buy the second game if I can't play the first game on the same system?
Maybe the first game sucks.
Nope.
Okay.
I think it's just... I think it's some licensing issue is holding it back officially. Because the plots for the two, they intersect, but they aren't the same. So a lot of the things don't coincide other than you knowing the events of what previously happened.
Oh, okay.
Because they got an anime. And, yeah, the anime doesn't help explain it, but it does explain it, but it doesn't.
I like
the reason I say that is because you can watch it. And for the first, 6 episodes of either parts of those series, you're not going to fully know what the fuck's going on. Even when they're telling you what's going on, you're not going to know what the fuck's going on.
Okay.
And then somewhere near the end of it, you're going to realize what's going on. And you're still going to be like, I don't get how the fuck this is happening. And then the series will end and expect you to wait for the next installment. But it's entertaining.
Okay.
There's murder, there's death, there's delusions, there's the world coming to an end by weird psychic possible abilities that are caused by delusions, brought on by you almost dying and bringing something into existence caused by some company creating a weird psychic thing. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Like I said, it doesn't really explain it, but it explains it, so you'll understand what's going on, but you'll still be like, I don't understand what's going on.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a weird series. It's good, but it's really weird because you're going to be lost for most of it, and then you're going to get a grasp of what you understand, but it's just going to make more questions. But it is intentionally meant to make more questions. So that it does its job, but it does it in a way that really just makes you have to like stop and think if you're really watching the series right.
Okay. Like so it's Memento, but you still don't get all your questions answered?
It's Memento, you don't get your questions answered, and you also might be the cause of why the world is falling apart right now. Maybe. Current time.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, that sounds like Memento, except Memento, you have to really pay attention to it and understand what, but by the end, you know what happened. You know what happens. But, like, yeah.
Yeah.
God, I feel like...
Well, like, you know what took place. You're still confused about how it took place, but you get what took place.
Yeah.
Because they have to explain it from, like, 2 aspects, and one aspect makes sense because you watch that aspect. But when you go through the aspect of what was taking place as you not being the person doing the things that you saw, it is very more questionable. Like, a lot more questions.
Okay.
So it's one of those. It's you can watch the story through your viewpoint of you being with the character, and you'll get an understanding of it. But when they show you the actions of what's been taking place, not as you, the character, through just what you've been doing, it creates a whole series of different things that you have to address. And then it drops you with world exposition of what's actually going on in the world, aside from the fucked up shit that's been happening with you. And then you're just like, and you just have questions.
So you're saying
that's how it leaves you. You just have questions, and then question goes up.
So you're saying that there will be questions?
Yeah. Like, I didn't even plan that, but it worked out.
Yeah.
I just happened to say that word and then looked up and I was like, oh, it's you.
You know, I know this is going to sound... I know you're probably going to say, Doug, that you're fucking stupid for thinking that. Every time I see the word boss, because, like, I look at it in this weird angle, because, like, I think it's angled weird or something, because Bob's. That's what I mean. Bob's.
I mean, to be fair, it probably doesn't help that they use capital S's.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, Bob's.
If it wasn't in all caps, you probably wouldn't have that moment.
Yeah.
Because from all caps angle, I could see, like, when the camera's moving, the two S's kind of get squiggly in explosions and stuff.
I can't not see Bob's.
Destroy the Bob's.
It's fucking weird.
I mean, it's not horrible. I love how dramatic this game is about your dad.
It's dramatic.
Like when you die, it lets you know you die.
It's dramatic, yes, but nowhere near as dramatic as Twitchy Twitch Swordsman. Oh, woe is me! I have died. I cannot see my bedfellow.
The moment I saw him die, I was like, "Oh, you're gonna love that."
Yeah, you're gonna
love that death.
That death. Wow. Okay. They were just on you. Like
they
wanted to just all go all animal on you. I'm like, what?
Like, apparently she just sent out the command.
Yeah. Jesus.
Look at that struggle. That struggle.
The struggle is real.
But the sad thing is it's easier because this is a suit actually built for space.
Yeah.
That light armor, I was just forcibly doing that because I like that suit. So this suit, it's so much easier to move around because I'm designed to, like, the other suit could be in space. When you do choices in the suits, you have the option. If the suit can be used in space, you have the option to choose between ground or space when you sortie a suit. Okay. If it can't be, it forcibly won't let you. But if it's a suit that's questionable, it will let you do the option. Like raid suits aren't necessarily, a lot of them aren't designed for space. But aesthetically, the game doesn't have a reason why they're not. Because they could be. So they let you get away with certain things. And so that's why I like that light gun. That's usually a raid suit for ground. But the stats don't block it from being a spacesuit. So it'll let you. Because the only thing limiting you is the fact that you would need your own air suit. The suit could function. It just would be slower. Versus like the intercept that I'm piloting in this, which is I don't even have to use as much energy to move around as I would the ground suit because I'm built to be out here.
Yeah.
So it makes battle a little easier. But I always like this suit anyway.
Okay.
I don't know what it's. I'd have to look in the game and see because it gives you profiles where each suit's from and the breakdown and it gives you all the details of the mobile suits.
Okay.
But I don't remember which one this one came from.
I couldn't tell you either. I don't know which Gundam this mobile suit came from.
That's why that was kind of the fun thing with this game is because certain suits I'll see and I'll be like, I don't remember that suit, and then I can go like research which series that suit's supposedly sitting in. But some of the suits are just because they never really like appeared just in the series. Like they canonically existed, they just weren't like in a battle for whatever reason. Because there's some. But the best thing, I haven't gotten it. I want to get it so bad, just for trolling purposes.
What?
I want to get the goddamn ball.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was literally gonna say what? The ball? But I didn't want to.
Because I have weapons for the ball. I just don't have the ball. I want to do it.
You know that's Gabe's favorite. That's actually Gabe's favorite.
I will admit, I've not tried it in this type of game, but in other games, it's fun. It is fun.
Yeah, it's just you're just literally a ball with 2 guns and fucking pincer arms.
They're just beating people down. So
yeah.
But it makes it pride-wise, whether you have pride or not, it will turn you into Vegeta. Because if you get beat by the ball and you were wielding any type of efficient Gundam, you feel so bad. Like think if you were Death Sight and the ball beat you. Like it hurts.
Yeah.
You would have a Vegeta moment and just go flying off somewhere in anger. Just
turns you into Vegeta like that.
You can't.
Oh my god. Oh, this Gundam debate.
There's just certain things that if you get beat by in the Gundam universe, you just no. I mean, even if you mix universes, I don't care if you keep their continuity of their universes and cross-hash them. Take the fucking Epion. If Epion got beat by a fucking cancer suit, would be the most hilarious shit ever.
Yes, it would be the most hilarious shit.
I would never. I don't care what form of battle you put that Epion in. It's supposed to be proficient. So if it got in water and got beat, see, look at that depression.
Right?
Just saying.
If we got what? Look at that depression.
Can't even look at the camera. Just
Yeah.
But
oh god, you're just that. Wow, you look like you raged there.
No, that suit's not working.
No, it wasn't. Why don't
to be fair, I still haven't found a suit that I have that just proficiently beats her down. Plus, we're at the end, apparently.
Yeah, we are at the end. I guess.
I guess we'll be having a part 3 then at this point.
Well, okay, I'll consider it a part 3. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Because I wanted to touch up on some. I did want to touch up on Cowboy Bebop for the next one because of the Netflix remake. But I guess we can talk about. We can still talk about it because Sunrise still owns Gundam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
they're both still in the same party. So it's the same. So we'll just have a Sunrise chat.
Yeah, we'll just have a Sunrise chat next week. So, officially, let's call this the end of Gundam debate. We'll call this Gundam Debate 2 Electric Boogaloo, because, next week, again, we're just going to be doing... Because I really wanted to touch up on that Netflix series, and, yeah, we could just toss Gundam... Hell, I'll even toss Big O in there, because why the fuck not?
Oh, I'm in for it!
Yeah.
Talk about the good Dorothy.
The good Dorothy.
Well, it's the Dorothy that doesn't have eyebrows that murder you.
Yeah, right?
So...
Yeah, right?
Our Dorothy is awesome.
Right?
That, in all honesty, that was what drew me to the first episode with her. Drew me in. Just their aesthetic and the way the city was and the way it interacted. I was like, okay, all right. I want to see her. She seems awesome as fuck. And then as the series would go, she would just get more and more interesting.
Yeah, I can see that. In any case, tune in next time, everybody, to the Slab Lounge. You take care, and later on. And here I